This ringtone reminds me of my once loved and titanic brand, Nokia. Nokia used to be the market leader in terms of mobile devices back there in the first decade of 2000. But Nokia, as the major leading mobile devices Titanic brand, sunk like Titanic. And today, when Titanic is resting deep in the oceans, Nokia is resting there deep in our memories. While I was investigating the crash of Nokia, I came across the most wonderful construct of marketing, the BCG Growth Share Matrix. BCG Growth Share Matrix is not only a theoretical or a research treasure, but a workable and time-tested tool and technique for the sustainability and growth for a business, firm, product, service or brand. I compared marketing using BCG with baseball, of course my favorite sports, and Luis Ariz as my favorite batter, and found many similarities. Its techniques places the batter, the field role and the pitcher in the right launch and playing position through analysis of the market opportunities and environment. It's a bat for the marketer, ball for the advertiser, and a catcher's mitt for a competitor. Understand BCG Growth Share Matrix and become Luis Ariz of marketing. Interestingly, BCG Growth Share Matrix involves very simple metaphors. It involves the metaphor of cows, then dogs, then along with dogs, it involves the metaphor of question mark. And with question marks, it involves one very important metaphor, and that is of staff. To develop BCG Growth Share Matrix, you first need to understand two important constructs: market growth rate and relative market share. To understand market growth rate and relative market share, we'll take the example of smartphone and we will focus on Nokia and iPhone. Now, market growth rate is the increasing acceptability of a product or a service. In our case, it's going to be a product by the market. Whereas relative market share is the percentage of market being served by a particular brand, product, service or a firm. In our case, it's going to be Nokia or iPhone. Now let's take a look at market growth rate of smartphones in USA by the end of 2024. It's going to experience an increase of 0.86% by the end of 2024, which means that the acceptability of smartphones in US is going to increase by 0.86%. The relative market share of iPhone in USA in the third quarter of 2023 was around 17.5%, which means out of each 100 smartphones sold in the US market, around 17 smartphones were of iPhone. Now here is what happened with Nokia before it was acquired by Microsoft in 2014. Its market share in USA, that is, out of 100 smartphones sold in USA, only 3 smartphones were of Nokia, which means Nokia was serving just 3.1% before it was acquired by Microsoft in 2014. Probably Nokia failed due to the wrong assessment of its relevant market share when the market was witnessing the immensely high market growth figures. Nokia was the market leader in mobile devices back there from 2000 to 2005. It managed to climb the wall, but then rather than maintaining and growing its market share, it was just sitting on the wall and eventually fell down the wall like Humpty Dumpty. Even its acquisition by Microsoft could not reconstruct Nokia brand.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again.
Now, how Apple might have used BCG Growth Share Matrix in terms of its four products, and those four products are iPhone, iPad, MacBook, and iPod. Now, growth rate is low, market share is low, and this product that Apple cannot afford to have is the iPod. Now, iPod is the dog of Apple product line, and we need to divest the dog. We need not to invest on dogs because dogs are not going to pay profits. See the question marks in the Apple product line. It is the MacBook. Market growth is going up for laptops, but Apple is not having a good share in it. So it becomes the question mark for Apple. MacBook is now the question mark for Apple. What we need to do with question mark? This makes question marks very tricky. If we don't invest in them, they can be having the same fate as that of a dog. We need to invest in question marks for making them our stars, or we need to pursue them as question marks, but by penetrating them into new markets. For Apple, the star product is its iPhone. Smartphones having good market growth and Apple is having good market share. So it's a star product for Apple. Highly profitable, but require continuous investment and promotion, which means a lot of investment, which is going to come from the cash cow. So here is the iPad, which is the cash cow of Apple. Why iPad is the cash cow for Apple? Because market growth for tablets is getting low, whereas Apple is still maintaining the share for iPad. So it is a cash cow for Apple. Now, what we need to do with the cash cow? We need to milk the cash cow. That is, we need to get the profits out of the cash cow, and those profits are to be invested in two places. One, for the stars, or for question marks, to transform the question marks into stars.